YouTube, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Kat, and today I'm going to do swatches and two looks and a review of the new Natasha Denona Love Palette. I picked it up over the weekend and I have done a few looks with it, but I'm going to do two more with it today and give you a quick little review, and I'll break the numbers down and do swatches of it for you guys. So this is one of the mini palettes, and this is the outer packaging that it comes in. It's this really pretty kind of pink rose color, and on the back it has all the information and ingredients of the colors, and then the setup of the palette and all the names. And it is mineral oil free, paraben free, not tested on animals. It does have carmine in it, so if you're vegan, you can't use most of these colors. Every color but one has carmine in it, so if you have sensitive eyes or if you're vegan, you probably don't want to pick up this palette. And you have the cream to powder matte formula, the regular matte formula. And if you hear that in the background, my poor cat has a head cold and he's been sneezing all day, so you might hear him having a little sneezing fit in the back, but he's fine. But yeah, it is kind of scary to hear if you don't know what you're hearing. But yeah, my poor cat is the one with the cold right now. But yeah, like I was saying, there are the matte, regular matte powder formula, the cream to powder matte formula. There's duochromes, metallics, which I think are called, there's metallics, duochromes, and chroma crystals. The chroma crystals are those really glittery top coats that she does. And there are 15 shades in here, and like I said, this is a mini palette like the Sunrise palette, which came out last year. So the total net weight is 19.25 grams and 0.67 ounces, which breaks up into, I'm looking at my notes if you see me looking down, which breaks up to, so you're paying $4.33 per shadow because it's $65 before tax, so I paid $70 for it. And the grams, you're getting a 1.28 grams per pan, which isn't bad, which is 0.04 ounces. And that would break, if you're paying wholesale, it's $10.05 per ounce, or $288.75 per gram, if you want to know the wholesale breakdown of it. And let me take this bad boy out of the packaging and show you what it looks like. It is the plastic packaging that the Tropic palette came in, and the Sunrise palette came in. So it is that blush pink color. And when you open it, these are the colors you get. You get a nice big mirror, and then these are all the colors. It's upside down right now, so all the colors are upside down. So in this palette, the repeat colors aren't that bad. I say like this one and this one kind of look the same. And these ones are in the same like tone, but they are different. So this one isn't as bad with color repeats, but I know the Metropolis palette is really bad with that. And so is the Sunrise palette. That is one of the problems Natasha Denona does have with her eyeshadow palettes, I think, and a lot of people have said this, is she does do a lot of repeat shades, and with this one, well, it is still annoying because you're paying $65, but when you're paying $130 for a palette, you really don't want repeats. You want to get, all different shades in her palette, and that's one of the drawbacks of her palettes. There aren't that many, but that is one of the drawbacks, and I have played with a few of the colors in here, and I don't have any problems so far, but she does change her formulas around too. Also, that is another complaint a lot of people have. So if you get used to one of her formulas and you like it, it might not be the same in her other palette. And some people think there are a difference between the minis and the larger palettes. I like both of them. I don't think so, but some people think that. I don't own all of the minis. I own some of them, and I own 2 or 3 of the large 5-pan palettes. But I do own most of her larger palettes. I don't own the 2 $300 palettes that are the 28 colors, I think. Those are the only big eyeshadow palettes of hers I don't own. But I'm going to swatch these. I'll read you what the color descriptions are, and then we will prime my eyes and do a look. So I'm going to go by this row, and then this row, and I'll go across. So the first color is called First. It is a matte, and they have it as a peach champagne. Or no, that is... yeah, a pastel peach. So that is First. It is a pastel peachy color. Good color for a base. And then Lifetime is a champagne peach. It is a shimmer or a metallic. That is really pretty. It has that wet kind of look to it. Then we have Heartbeat, which is a matte. And they have that as a nude, no, a warm burgundy. So that is Heartbeat. Then Transparent, which is a shimmer or a metallic, they call it, is a nude pink ivory. So that is Transparent. This is like a neutral pinky peach with like a pop of red. Well, no, and it has purple, but it can lead a little neutral with some of the colors. Okay, so that was Transparent. Then we have Trust, which is a medium purple. That's also a matte. That's really pretty. That's Trust. Then we have Heart, which is a matte crimson red. The red is a little sheer in the swatch, but on the eyes it looks pigmented. So that's Crimson. Okay, then we have Giving is a coral with purple sparks, they call it, which is glitter. It's a micro glitter. I wore this color today just on the lid, and it was really pretty, and then in the light it will pick up the purple glitter. It's really pretty. Then we have Pure Love, which is a purple duochrome. They call it burgundy with a purple shift. So that is it. That is really pretty. Pure Love it's called. Then we have Commitment. This is one of those cream to powders. It's so pretty. And that is it right there. That is a deep eggplant. These blend out really nicely. I really like that formula. Then we have Blind. This is a really pretty silver. I did a look with this silver yesterday and I really liked it. So that is it right there. That is so pretty. I think it has like a purple, it does have a purple undertone. So it's like a silver with a purple undertone. It is so pretty. Then we have Soul, which is a dusty rose. Put that on the back. It doesn't swatch the greatest, but it does go on the eyes really nicely. Okay, then we have Passion. That is really pretty too. That is a muted wine with pink sparks. I like how they're not trying to call it like glitter or micro glitter. That's it right there. Again, the glitter is really subtle. You need it to like be in the right light, and it is a really pretty color. This palette doesn't have like those chunky glitters like the Star palette has. I really like that, but the fallout is real with that palette. You have to use glitter glue with that palette. Then we have Valentine, which is a matte baby pink. Is that how they... Yeah, Valentine, they have it as a baby pink. Oops, I put it on the wrong place. Let's put that right there. That is Valentine, and I missed Intense, which is a warm pink matte. That is Intense right there. And then I have Dream, which is another cream to powder matte. And that is a Iris Violet. They have it described as. That's it right there. So that is the palette. It is a very appropriate named palette. I think Love. It's definitely perfect for Valentine's Day. I am going to pick up the face palette, but I just don't have it for this video, so I will have it in another video. But I have the Blush and Glow palette, and that's the same kind of palette, just different colors, so I should like that palette, and I've heard good reviews. So I'm going to prime my eyes. I will be right back, and we will do two different looks. I'll be right back, guys. Okay, I am back. I primed my eyes with my CoverGirl eye primer. I forget what it's called because I scraped the name of it off, but this is an exact dupe for the Urban Decay primer potion. So if you want a drugstore dupe, this is exactly it, and it is cruelty free also, so bonus for that because CoverGirl is now cruelty free. So we are going to do two different looks with this palette, and yeah, we're just going to yeah, slap as many colors as we can on the eyes, and I do like it so far. I have no complaints. So yeah, let's get into the look. I'm going to take that dark color Commitment, And I'm going to put that in the crease. So let me grab a brush. And of course, there's cat hair. Even when I've cleaned this brush today, there's cat hair on it. So I'm just going to first put that into the crease. And I have one eyelash that curls up more than the others, and it pokes me in the eye sometimes and gets in the way, but it's not the end of the world. So just do some circular motions to blend this out. I was gonna say something and now I'm like completely blanking on what I wanted to talk. Oh yeah, now I remember. So did you guys see the Jeffree Star unveiling of the Royal Lust, something like that? I forget the Bloodlust, I think it was. It was the packaging is freaking 10 out of 10, gorgeous. I do see that, unfortunately, though, attracting lots of cat hair and getting dirty very easily. And I don't know, when he opened the palette, it's pretty, but I don't know, I was expecting something else. Bless you, Oreo. I was expecting something else. I wanted some more darker purples in there, and I'm sure I'll change my mind when I see it in person, but I don't know. I wasn't like blown away like when I saw Blue Blood and Blood Sugar and Jawbreaker. But I am gonna get the palette. I'm gonna get the lipstick and the lipstick bundle and the highlighter. So I will be getting those. And I actually have been following my rule with not buying a ton of makeup. I bought this and like one other, actually no, I think this is like the first makeup purchase I've made for February. And right now my BoxyCharm subscription is on halt because until subscription boxes can guarantee that the product I'm getting in the box is what I can go into Sephora or Ulta and get off the shelves. I don't want the cheaper version because it's basically some of these brands, they can't handle the high order, or it's cheaper if they go through China, which is fine, but I don't want to be getting an inferior product to what I can get, you know, in the store. So I probably will in the future go back to getting BoxyCharm, but right now we're on a break. And I've been slowly going through my collection and seeing what I like and what I don't like, and slowly whittling it down. Okay, this is blending. Although I could see how you could kind of over blend it and it could get patchy. But this can be fixed. That is also a problem with purples. They are a very hard formula to perfect. But now that I have it blended out, I'm going to go back in, and I don't really have to do the blending now. Just some light blending. I was going into over blending territory. Yeah, with this color, you can over blend it really quickly, but you can fix the color up rather nicely. So yeah, that patchiness is gone now. And I did want that kind of blown out effect from it. This is the problem with nails, is I can't get quite close enough. Okay. And it's right there. Okay, perfect. Perfect. That does blend out really nicely. I am pleasantly surprised so far. Well, not really surprised. Like I said, I do like this, do like Natasha's formula. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the matte color Dream right here. I'm going to take Dream and put that all over the lid. Let's see how this goes. Okay. That is a color that's okay. It goes on sheer, but it builds up very nicely. Let's just hope this isn't a patchy mess. So of course, I don't know if you guys have heard all of the Jaclyn Hill drama that's going on, but when is there not drama going on with her? Of course, she's doing another palette with Morphe, and I don't want to get too into it, but in that video she did, like that opening up video where she said that, like, oh, the reason why my face has been so puffy is because I've been drinking alcohol every night, which if you're drinking alcohol to the point your face is bloating like that, I think you have a serious problem and maybe should hopefully look into that, because that's not good. Well, I'm not a big drinker, so but yeah, you have to drink a lot for that problem to happen. And of course, her palette supposedly got leaked. I have a theory about that. So far this is going on nicely. It's not patchy. The color builds up nicely. I'm pleasantly surprised with this because sometimes her mattes, they blend out nicely, but if you try and do like an all-over color on the lid, they can be a slight bit patchy, but these aren't. So my theory about leaks is they're not really leaks, and it's used to kind of drum up publicity because it gets people excited for the product and builds up, you know, momentum and hype and people talking about it. Because I don't know, it's only with certain brands that it always happens, and it's like, why is it not happening with these other brands and blah blah blah. I mean, it does happen easier now with the internet and, you know, makeup being such a hot commodity and everyone wants to know the latest and greatest and hottest products coming out. So I do know why it does happen more now, but it's certain brands it happens with more than others, and it's starting to get a little fishy to me. My tin hat is starting to tingle. Okay, that is so pretty, those purples. So that is the color Dream all over my lid. Then I'm going to take the color, I'm going to take the color, what color am I going to take? I'm going to take the color Giving, and I'm going to put that onto the lid. And that looks even better with a color underneath it. So this palette, you can, if you want to do like a light wash of color, maybe for the daytime, just, throw this color Giving on by itself. But if you put a darker matte underneath it, it looks so much prettier. So we're just gonna pack that all over the lid, and I'm not getting any fallout, which is really nice, and I'm not getting any bad, like, I'm not getting crazy kick up in the pan, which doesn't bother me, but I know some people don't like that, and it can be annoying, especially with a really expensive palette. You're like, great, so I'm dumping out like 10 cents worth of product every time. But with this palette, it's not doing that. And let's just get in the corner right there. Gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. So that is the color Giving all over the lid. Then I'm going to take the color, I'm going to take the color Trust, this purple up here, and I'm going to run that on the lower lash line. So let me get an angled brush out. So run that along the lower lash line. Okay. I've recently got into collecting those pop characters, Funko Pops or whatever. I used to, this always happens when like things are cool or in style. I always like get into it much later because the hipster in me wants to resist it because it's cool and trendy. But then I always, at some point, I'll kind of give in to it. So I've gotten some Hello Kitties and some horror characters. Okay, so I'm gonna now take a fluffy brush, a small fluffy brush. I'm gonna take this little tiny brush that I did get from BoxyCharm. It's a Luxie brush, I do believe. And I'm just gonna smoke this purple out. And that's why I like Natasha Denona's mattes. They blend out so easily, so you don't really have to do any tugging on the eye. Okay, we blended that sucker out. And then for an inner corner color, I'm going to take, what color am I going to take? Where is, okay. I'm going to take the color Transparent, this color right here, and I'm going to plop that on the inner corner. Okay. So that is the first look. Actually, no, I'm not done yet. Let me do a brow bone color also. I'm going to take that transparent color and also plop that on the brow bone. The shimmers are packed in softly, so you don't want to dig your brush into them. That's a really pretty rose gold color. Okay, now that's the first eye done. So that is the first eye done. Now let's go to this eye, and we're going to take, what color are we going to take? Let's take that first color and just plop that into the crease as a transition color. It does have pigment to it, so if you used a white base, you could, or if you definitely could get this to pop if you layered it, is what I'm trying to say. But I just want to use it for a light wash of color for a transition shade, because I don't believe in using powder as a base. Some people do. I think you get better pigmentation and everything if you don't. Okay. Let's get a little in there where I missed. Okay, perfect. And I'm I actually am surprised that Urban Decay is making a palette that I'm interested in, that Wired palette. It's like they redid the electric palette, which they needed to do something because they were getting a little boring there. All right. I've got a blending brush. Let's take the color Heart, that crimson red color, and I'm just gonna pack that into the crease. Yeah, that is definitely pigmented on the lid. That is, okay, that red had a little bit of fallout. Okay. Let's bring that. Alright, now I just want to blend it out. These blend out so nicely. Like, I know her shadows are expensive, but I feel like even though they're expensive, you at least get shadows that blend out nicely. They're pigmented. I do think that the price tag is worth it. I don't know about the $130 price tag, but the $60 price tag is definitely worth it. Okay. And that blends out so nicely. All right. So that is that red color in the crease, blends out beautifully. Now I'm going to take the color Heartbeat and place that in the outer V area. Let me take a, where's that brush I was using? I swear I hate when this happens. I have something that I was using, then I put it down and it disappears for now. I'll find it again All right, I'm gonna take in the outer V area, that heartbeat color, and give my eye some depth. Just place that right there in the outer crease. And here. And just do a little blending on the edge so we don't have harsh lines. And in the crease, do a little blending. Okay. Perfect. That's also why I like her shadows, because they're easy to get like a quick, effortless look. And she does like to use like fun finishes and stuff, so. If you're thinking about splurging on one of her palettes, I definitely would save up and do it. Get a color story that, you know, you will use a lot. Not just, you know, once a week or something, if you're going to really splurge for that. Okay, now we're going to take that color Blind. I'm going to take that silver, plop that all over the lid. I really like this silver. Usually silvers are too, like, you know, that Tin Man silver, which can look pretty. But I like that this has that purple base or purple tint in it. Or as they call it, a warm silver. And I'm gonna leave the inner corner area untouched. Oh, but this looks like liquid metal. It's gorgeous. I was really I'm pleasantly surprised with how much I like this palette. Okay, so that is what the silver looks like on my eye. Now I'm going to take the color Pure Love. I'm going to take that purple duochrome color, put that on this part of my eye right here. Sorry, I know that's the one hard thing when you're filming makeup, is you have to make sure that the camera can see what you're doing. Okay, so I have that inner corner area done with that duochrome purple. Then I'm going to do the inner corner highlight with that color Lifetime, which is right there. And another little extra pop. And then for the brow bone color, I'm going to do that Pure Love color. And then on the lower lash line, I'm going to take that Scarlet Red color, the heart color. And just drag that along the lower lash. Okay, and that is the second finished look. So I really like this palette. If you're looking for a palette in that purple, red, pink color story, I definitely think this is a good palette. It blends out really nicely. Sorry, it blends out really nicely. I think the colors are unique and pigmented. It is on the little pricier side. It's not as pricey, but you're getting a good amount of product. I think that you are getting, you know, unique colors, but it is a palette that you can use every day and also use it to make more unique, fun looks with the colors, or you can do it more on the neutral side. So I definitely like this palette if you're if you're looking for, like I said, a purpley red pink color story. This is a gorgeous palette. It has beautiful textures and colors, and the blendability is amazing. So I definitely say it's worth it. They say it's limited edition, but I've noticed with Natasha Denona palettes, they say they're limited edition and they still are on the shelves, like the tropical palette, the tropical palette. So they say it's limited edition, but I don't know how limited edition it is. So it is on Beautylish. It's in Sephora. It's on Natasha Denona's website. I definitely think it's worth picking up. The only drawback I would say with it is there's no real drawback. The swatches might not make the colors look the greatest, but on the eyes, the mattes are amazing. They blend out great. The shimmers are great. There was no fallout or anything, so I give this palette an A+. It is on the pricey side, but I think it's worth saving up and getting if you're looking for, you know, a nice, colorful palette. So I definitely like it. I give it an A++, and yeah, let me know what you think about it in the comments below, and I will have another video up for you guys soon. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good night, YouTube. See you later. Bye.